For many, the idea of working in areas with radiation sounds far-fetched and dangerous. We caught up with some team members who do just that. These men and women go inside old, contaminated buildings and get them ready for demolition. They tell us it's probably a little different than what you may imagine. Energy Cast's Cameron Jacobs has more about how these employees stay safe while working in that setting. Cameron.
Summer safety is a top priority when workers conduct some of the most challenging and sensitive work in the nation. The philosophy here in Oak Ridge is for workers to return home in the same condition that they arrived. We talked with several on staff here to find out how that's done on a nuclear cleanup site. EM and his contractor UCOR use both state-of-the-art equipment and the most advanced training techniques to make sure workers go home to their families just as healthy as when they clocked in.
We can simulate radiation, if you will, in a safe environment. So we can actually show people dose on an instrument and on an electronic pocket dosimeter, and we can see dose, if you will, but it's safe. It's a representation of the dose and not actual dose itself.
To keep the workforce safe, every person who walks into a hazardous work zone must complete trainings in the classroom and on the job site. They begin by going through 72 hours of specialized training. From there, they spend time in virtual reality, and then use controlled simulations that replicate actual tasks they will encounter in the field. Some of those tasks are different. Now that the cleanup is underway at Oak Ridge National Laboratory and the Y-12 National Security Complex, a change in scenery means a change in preparations.
Some of the scope that we're now completing is higher potential rad type work. Just different isotopes, more dose term that we're dealing with. The demolition of certain facilities presents challenges.
Before going into these settings, employees are sure to suit up and bring the right tools. They start with a process known as dressing out. That's where they put on protective clothing made from a material that helps guard against contamination. They are also equipped with dosimeters. Employees in areas with higher levels of radiation wear dosimeters capable of tracking radiation levels and giving alerts in real time. Workers also use these wands. They are designed to detect surface contamination. These wands are slowly run across the body or surface to ensure workers aren't bringing anything out of the buildings with them. This technique helps prevent the spread of contamination and confirms they're in the clear as they leave the workspace. Research at ORNL is creating some exciting advances in this technology.
In the future, we also have on the horizon technology that was developed by ORNL. It's called the Viper system, and it allows us to give a visual representation of radiation. So through an augmented reality type visor. So that's really exciting. We're looking forward to implementing that this year, hopefully.
With the right tools, training, and focus, Radiation Protection Manager Joe Biggerstaff says the nuclear field has a safety record that exceeds other industries.
So if you look at the nuclear industry as a whole, it is one of the safest industries to work in. Much more safer, whether it's accidents or overexposures or anything like that. Is much more safer than typical industry that you'll find.
That's good news when it's time to clock out and get back to family. To add to that list of safety measures, the Department of Energy just finished reviewing and recertifying UCOR's dosimetry programs. The program ensures radiation levels are being tracked accurately and employees are in safe working conditions. Summer?
All right, Cameron, thank you.